Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Brittany here, aka Empowered Para, and on today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about the importance of range of motion stretching, and I'm also going to show you the 3-minute stretching exercise that I do every single morning that's non-negotiable, that helps keep my legs nice and loose and also helps with my spasticity. All right, so let's jump into it. All of our bones and joints and ligaments and tendons and all those things that allow our bodies to move have a range of motion. Range of motion is defined as the extent of movement of a joint measured in degrees. And when you are paralyzed, the extent to which you can move your joints usually decreases quite rapidly just due to the fact that you aren't moving the joints in your lower body, in your pelvis, in your hips, as much as you normally would be when you are walking. And so those joints tend to stiffen up, and along with the joints, the muscles shorten, the ligaments shorten, the tendons shorten, all of the stuff that helps move the muscles and joints tend to stiffen and shorten. So it's important when you're paralyzed to move your joints, even just passively, in a way that allows them to reach their full range of motion daily. And it doesn't take a long time, but it does have to be consistent. The exercises that help move your joints are called range of motion exercises. And they're simply movements that are carried out to assess, preserve, or increase the arc of the joint movement. There are dozens of range of motion exercises, but in today's video, all I'm going to do is show you the one that I do every single day that takes me 3 minutes and that is non-negotiable. Before I show it to you, I want to talk to you guys about why range of motion stretching is non-negotiable for me every day now. And the reason is because I neglected range of motion stretching for at least 10 years when I was first paralyzed. I just didn't care about it, to be honest. I was 13. I didn't care about range of motion exercises. I didn't really understand the importance of them. And so I just didn't do them. And then my spasticity got worse and worse over the years, and my joints got tighter and tighter over the years. And then I started seeing effects in just how I was able to manage when I was transferring and sitting on a bed or anything like that, because my spasticity would get so bad that it would push me over. And if I tried to sit up on a bed like I'm doing now, my legs would immediately tighten because the range of motion wouldn't allow me to sit forward. It wouldn't allow my legs to bend like they're bent now. My muscles were just so tight. And so I decided that I needed to do something, mostly because my spasticity got to a point that I couldn't handle it anymore. And the doctors recommended that I do stretching. But the stretching was so difficult at first that I didn't believe that it was something I could ever do independently. Every time I tried to sit up on a bed, my legs would spasm and it would knock me backwards. I couldn't reach forward to grab my foot without losing my balance, and it just seemed really impossible. And so I just started really small. And the first thing that I did was straighten my legs just like this, but my knees didn't go down nearly this far when I started this, and just try to sit forward. They're spasming right now. And just try to sit forward as far as I could. And that took me, before I could do it without losing my balance, probably 6 months. But I did it consistently, and I did it every single morning. And then once I was able to sit up like this without losing my balance and sitting forward, then I started trying to touch my toes. And I wasn't trying to bend my toes backwards or my foot backwards or anything. I just was trying to touch my toes. And then once I achieved that, which took about another 6 months, I started trying to straighten my knee more and touch my toes, just like this. And then once I achieved that, which took another 6 months, I began reaching down, holding my knee, and seeing if I could lift my foot up at all. And so I would just hold it up a little bit. And then I worked on that for another 6 months. And by the end of 2 years, I was able to do the stretch that I'm going to show you. And it's simple. It's really simple. I just, every morning when I wake up, I sit up just like I'm doing now, and I straighten my legs out in front of me, and I do one leg at a time. I take my opposite arm for the leg that I am going to stretch, and I reach over diagonally, and I push down on my knee just above my kneecap with my elbow, like the flat part just before my elbow. And then I reach forward with the hand on the same side as the leg that I'm stretching, and I grab my toes and under the ball of my foot, and I sit there for a second, let my spasm do its thing until it loosens up, and then I begin to stretch my foot backwards until it reaches 90 degrees or nearly 90 degrees, and then I hold that for 90 seconds. And this stretches my hamstring completely. It stretches my back, gives me a little bit of a workout because I have to hold it for 90 seconds. And at first it was really difficult, and my clonus, which is when the foot bounces like this, there it goes, it would do that really badly. So I'd have to start the stretch over again all the time. But now I can just pull back and the clonus stops, and I just hold it for 90 seconds. So that's one side. And then I do the other one. So again, I take the opposite arm of the leg that I'm stretching. I take that just above my kneecap, and I use my elbow to push it down. And then I reach forward with the other hand, grab with my fingers under the ball of my foot and my toes, and I pull up until my foot is 90 degrees. And then I hold that for another 90 seconds. And this exercise keeps my legs stretched out as long as I do it consistently. And there's never a day that I don't do it. If I'm sick, I do it. If I'm in a rush, I do it. It's just part of my morning, and I always do it. So that, I think, is the biggest message that I want to get across, is that you don't have to do a lot of stretches every day, but you have to do a few stretches every day. You don't have to take a lot of your time out of the day, because mine only takes 3 minutes, but you have to do it consistently in order for your body to maintain the range of motion. And if you're like me and you've neglected your range of motion for many, many years, it's probably going to take your body a really long time to gain back the range of motion that you originally had, if you're able to gain it back. Some people will never gain back that range of motion, but as long as you can gain back some of it, it will allow your legs to stay much more healthy, and allow you to reduce your spasticity, because really spasticity is just your body's way of trying to get that stretch and movement that you had when you were walking that you no longer have. I recommend that you do this every day. Start small, and just do what you can. I will do more videos on range of motion stretching for different muscle groups, but I just wanted to show you guys this one really quick stretch that I do every day, and encourage you guys to pick something that you do every single day consistently that's non-negotiable, so that you can maintain the health of your joints and muscles in your lower body. I hope you guys found that helpful. If you did, please leave me a comment. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next video real soon.